And hello, we're live. So hi guys.
Hey guys.
Hi guys.
So this is Dan with Leisure Sports.
And this is Prince, whose voice you might be hearing but not seeing, but it's okay. You see me a lot of days, it's okay guys.
Hi, this is Rami.
Yep.
We are here to help you out for 1 hour of crypto education, help, tech support, anything that you want. Just drop your questions in the chat and then one of us will answer them live, guys.
Okay, great. And we've got a lot of questions in the chat actually. So let's begin.
Yeah,
What do you guys
let's
think? Cool. So yeah, there is a lot of questions.
Okay, why am I not able to? Sorry guys. Okay, so yeah.
Okay.
First is Rohit. He's asking, can I send Helium out of Ledger on Solana network? I bought it on HNT and moved it to Ledger over Helium network, and now Helium network is not available anymore.
I'm not an expert.
Yeah, Helium was really recently migrated from their own network to the Solana network. So if you wanna send it, then I guess you can send it out of your Ledger. But I guess you have to migrate it, and then there are some steps for migration. I just need to check if I can find the article. And
We
then,
also have the article on the Help Center, if I'm not wrong.
With the migration steps. Okay, so guys, you might want to check on the Help Center. There is an article at so there is a link in the description, in the video description, with a link to the Help Center, support.ledger.com, and if you type Helium.
I think we have, I'm not too sure. I checked it like with one user, and I mean, it's not lost if you have a correct 24-word, of course, so you don't have to worry about it. It's not like Helium network is not available anymore, but it's more like it moved on to Solana network, so it's not that it's lost. If you can actually migrate it, you'll be able to see it under your Solana address. So
Okay, so the funds are not lost, just like a few extra steps.
yeah, but of course, like the Solana tokens are not supported on Ledger Live, so you would have to use like Sulfur or Phantom.
Yeah, that's a good point. The tokens are not supported, at least not now.
For now.
maybe in the future.
and I'm linking the guide that will help you with the video tutorial and everything. And you can use it.
Okay, cool. So the second question is from Renee Merrill. I recently discovered that my Bitcoin account on Ledger has been emptied, not by me, of course. My 24-word code must have been stolen or copied. Is there a possibility to find out if my Ledger has been recovered from someone else? Is there anything I can do? Thank you. Okay. So yeah, very sad to hear that. So if the question is, did someone access the account? So yes, most likely, since the funds have been moved. So again, guys, like if anyone gets a hold of your 24-word recovery phrase, they'll be able to steal all your funds. And because your recovery phrase is the master key to all your accounts. So that's why we keep telling people to, you guys like to never share your 24-word recovery phrase, because if someone gets it, they'll be able to empty your accounts. Now, what can they expect from that point?
So we have so basically the transactions on blockchain cannot be reversed, unfortunately, and that's why Ledger cannot do directly anything to recover the tokens. But what we can do is we can link an article that explains all the steps and what could have happened with your Ledger device. And you can still use your Ledger device, like even though if your 24-word seed phrase has been compromised, you can still generate a new one, and still you can continue using your Ledger device. So let me just link the article. And for now, you just need to reach out to the local law enforcement agencies, and you need to file an official complaint with them. And once the investigation starts, the investigation team can reach out to us directly, and then we'll help them with the investigation.
Okay, so yeah, Renee, so those are the steps. And again, sorry to hear about your loss, but again, guys, like just be super careful. Scammers are all over the place on social media, on Twitter especially, but also on Discord. Not so much on YouTube. YouTube is pretty safe, but never share your 24-word recovery phrase with anyone. Ledger will never ask you for it. And when we mean don't share it, it means don't give it to someone, of course, but also don't type it anywhere into any apps. If an app is asking you for your 24-word recovery phrase, it's not a Ledger app, it's a scam, basically. So yeah, be careful. Okay.
Next is Frederick. He's asking, how do you receive the Flare airdrop through Ledger Live using NanoX?
We have some documentation on that.
So Flare is not supported directly within Ledger Live. So you need to set up a trust line, first of all, during the airdrop, before the snapshot. If you have not done that, if you have not set up a trust line, then you will not be able to claim the airdrop. We also have a Health Center article that explains the steps in detail. I guess it's not.
Yeah.
You can first like check the account address on the XRP scan and then check if it's your Ledger XRP account, for instance. And then you can follow the steps that Prince is sending if it's a Ledger XRP address. So.
Yeah.
Next is you want it.
No, go for it.
Kamal is asking, hi, I deposited PYETH, I guess that's what he means.
Pith token.
Tokens in my Ledger Nano Sol address, but the tokens are not showing up in my wallet. In SolScan, I can still see it, but I cannot see it in Ledger Live.
Do you want to take that one?
Yeah, it's like basically what we have introduced in the earlier was the question about tokens of Solana network. It's not yet supported on Ledger Live, so it's perfectly normal that you're not seeing on the Ledger Live interface. But again, guys, as you guys know, Ledger Live is just an interface, so you're seeing in SolScan, which is great. So please use Solflare or Phantom connected to your device, and you'll be able to see it.
So no tokens are supported on Solana right now in Ledger Live, right?
No.
Okay. Maybe in the future?
Hopefully, yes.
Maybe in the future. So guys, like, stay tuned. We might introduce the feature later, but for now, yeah, use Solflare or Phantom or whatever your favorite third-party wallet is.
Next is John. He's asking, I can't see my legacy Ethereum in my wallet.
Okay, I can take that one. This is normal. It's a bug in Ledger Live that was introduced in the latest version, I think.
2.71.1, yes.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a bug. Our engineers are aware of the bug, so we are going to launch a fix. Make sure to keep the app up to date. This will be fixed in the next version. For now, you can look up your accounts. I mean, you can use a third-party wallet like Tahoe or MetaMask or maybe Zerion. I don't think so, yeah.
Yeah. For now, use MetaMask and my Ether wallet, maybe if you want to use, and then you can add it on the old derivation path. But yeah, we're working on fixing it. Or you can also do it, you can downgrade to an older version of Ledger Live, and then you can simply add an account directly because the older version was able to detect that derivation path. So if you want to know instructions on how to downgrade your Ledger Live, I can link it in the article. The article in the chat. And next question you can take. It's from TG.
Okay, I can. So TG, hi. I have multiple Nano X ledgers. Okay. When I send Bitcoin from one to another ledger, send address and receive address do not match. I have multiple Nano X. When I send Bitcoin to wait, the question is gone. I have multiple Nano X. When I send Bitcoin from one nano to another, the send and receive address do not match. It's probably because there are different devices.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
True.
I mean, what's more important here is whether you have different recovery phrases for multiple devices. So if you have multiple devices with different recovery phrases, it should be normal because literally it's just generating different addresses. But perhaps also like something about receiving address changing because it's Bitcoin, but it's unlikely because it's like send address and receive address. So TJ, I will just first say check if you have multiple recovery phrases and if you're getting the right device connected with your Ledger Live at the moment. I think that's the first thing that comes up right now, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then if there's something that you want to add, then you can add it in the questions, like you can drop it in the comments and then we can maybe gather some more information and help you better.
And as you said, like if the receiving address changes from one deposit to another, that's normal. It's a feature of Bitcoin in Ledger Live. So it's a privacy feature that was introduced in Ledger Live. So don't panic. You can also reuse an old address, but we also recommend that you use new addresses every single time. It's more private and it will protect you against things like poisoning attacks and things like that. So yeah, next question.
It's from Double Deuce. You're just doing a test. Then it's XXX8. He's asking, is XAO supported in Ledger Live and also AJAX?
XAO, you guys familiar with
AJAX? I think it's in ERC20, right?
Yeah, it rings a bell. It's an old coin. I remember like 2021 we had tickets by AJAX. We're checking. So Prince, do you wanna check? We'll take the next question. Okay, so next question is from Aaron.
Oops.
So sorry guys, there's a lot of questions. So the next question is from Aaron Reyes. Has a recovery issue He's getting an error message which sends him in a loop trying to get my Nano S reconnected to my OS, to my Ledger app. Okay. I email support. Curious what average wait time for those tickets are right now. What do you think?
So Aaron, I think basically, if I understood correctly, you're getting some connection issues, it seems like. Thanks for reaching out by email. We are currently having a bit high volume, but we're trying our best to answer very, very soon. And then I think nowadays we answer back in like 3-4 days. So please be patient, and otherwise you can share some more information here so we can also assist you here briefly.
Okay. So yeah, expected right now that the wait time is a bit longer.
Unfortunately, yes, but we're really trying our best to be fast, guys.
So coming back to XXX8's question is ZAO is not supported for that particular blockchain to be supported. The team needs to develop an app and submit it to us, and they can do it by our developer portal. And for AGIX, it's Singularity Net tokens which are supported in Ledger Live. So you can send it to your Ethereum account and then you can view them. Send a test amount first, so you are successfully sending the tokens to the right address, and once you do it, you can send all the remaining ones, XXX8.
Alright, guys, before we continue, we're gonna reset the room real quick if you just joined the stream. So today, you have not one, not two, not three, but actually 4 people on the other side of the camera. One is off camera. Hi. In the shadow, manning the chat. But here on camera, we've got Prince, we've got Rami, who's new to the stream.
The shadow.
Yeah. Soon to be a regular guest on the stream, and myself as well. And so we're here until 5:30-ish. Okay, so if you have any questions, drop them in the chat, and we'll continue. And let us know if you can hear us well as well. So we can. There is no sound issue as well.
Coming back to Paper Doll. Hello, I wanted to connect my Ledger wallet to another laptop. I downloaded Ledger Live. Is it now just a matter of going to settings of Ledger device and scrolling to passphrase and then entering it?
Right.
Definitely no. So Ledger Live, if you are just downloading on multiple devices, you can just download the app, install it, and then connect your device and then just set it up. You don't need to put any recovery phrases or passphrase. Passphrase is another thing actually from recovery phrase, so you don't have to do it. And as Prinjan Dan already has mentioned before, if any software that it even looks like Ledger Live, but it's asking for your 24 word in any case, it's definitely not Ledger Live official one. So do not do it, and so don't worry. Also, there is an article in our Help Center called How to Use Ledger Devices with Multiple Ledger Live with Multiple Devices. So definitely check it out because it's very detailed, and I think it's going to help you.
Yep. So you just need to connect your device, go through the genuine check, and then just add back the accounts. That's the only thing you do.
So Rami, you're suspecting a scam here? Potentially?
Hopefully not. I think people only wants to know about it because it's about device, and I think it's okay so far. But
yeah, it's weird that they're asking you, if they're asking you for a passphrase, if Ledger Live is asking you for a recovery phrase or passphrase, definitely that's a red flag though. So you should not interact with that app, and make sure to uninstall whatever you're using right now. Again, if they're asking you for a 24 recovery phrase, uninstall that and go to the website to download the genuine version of Ledger Live as well. So be super careful because there have been a lot of instances of fake apps. So yeah, stay safe.
Real, so
and they look very realistic here. What's the next question?
Next one is from Chris. He's asking, why don't you have live phone support? So this is kind of live support. Chris, if you have any questions, you can drop them in the chat.
That's true.
And then we'll definitely give you an answer in real time and not make you wait on the emails. Next is Crypto Professor. He's asking, is there or will be a wallet for DAG, PY, BEAT and ORDI tokens?
So ORDI, so PITH is Solana token. So you said
again,
Soulflare.
Phantom or Soulflare.
Yeah. So Phantom or Soulflare connected to your Ledger device. Maybe Ledger Live in the future will support Solana tokens. ORDI, I think, is a Bitcoin token, so BRC20. This one you can use Ledger, which is a Bitcoin wallet with your Ledger device, and they support BRC20 token, I think including ORDI. We don't have documentation on the Help Center to help you, but it's really, really simple. You just go to Ledger wallet crypto, something like that, ledger.io potentially, and download the extension on your browser. DAG. I don't know.
DAG, I think it's a mainnet coin, so we do not support it for now, but it could be coming in future if everything works well.
If we're still here.
Great.
Oh wait, we do support it. No, I know.
And guys, on the phone support thing, I think it's important also to remind people that we don't have phone support, and if someone calls you on the phone pretending to be Ledger support or Ledger or someone working for Ledger, they would be scammers. Yeah. So stay safe. Yeah, the only way to get in touch with us is like that. The Help Center, which has a link in the video description, live chat, and Discord.
Discord as well.
Yeah, as well.
BT is back. He's saying, "Hey, I hope all three of you are well. We all are well. BT, nice to see you again." Laila is asking, "Hi, I know there is an USDT or USDC or any stable coin that can be staked in Ledger Nano X for earning." No. The answer is no. There are no stable coins cannot be staked. First of all, if you're using Ledger Live, where basically, and exchanges, if you do it via an exchange, you're still not owning the crypto. It's like the exchange is owning the crypto and they're just paying an interest on it. So that's why you can do it via an exchange and not via Ledger Live, because you are the you own your keys and you are the owner of your own tokens. So stable coins cannot be staked, but you can stake some normal coins that can be that supports proof of stake, and then you can convert them for USDT or USDC inside Ledger Live, so you don't have to go outside Ledger Live. So that is something that you can do. Rohit is asking, if someone knows my seed phrase and not my passphrase, can they steal the funds? Part of crypto is normal and the other part is in passphrase accounts.
So in this case, they will be able to access your regular accounts, but not the passphrase account. So that's what they will be able to do. But if they have the passphrase on top of that, then they will be able to access all your accounts. If they only have the passphrase, but not the recovery phrase, the underlying 24-word recovery phrase, they won't be able to access anything. Unless they have access to your device as well, which in this case, they will be able to have access to all your accounts. So yeah, just be careful. This means that you should not store the passphrase and the recovery phrase together because I've seen people like storing them like on the flip side of the card, which is not a great idea. So yeah, just don't do it, please. Keep them separate. Ideally, memorize the passphrase in your mind if it's not too complicated, or like just store it in a separate location.
Next is Himil is asking, Dan, can I have your Instagram?
Can I have yours?
I don't have an Instagram, I'm sorry. You can have a Ledger Supports Instagram. Maybe we'll be on it at some point.
Next is Fredericia is asking, now on my Ledger Live, the balance is not shown and there are only 3 asterisks. The quantities in cryptocurrencies are not shown either, but only the 3 asterisks.
The 3 stars on the balance.
You have enabled some kind of a discrete mode, I guess.
Definitely. So you're going to see the eye icon on the top of the Ledger Live. You can click on it and you will see how rich you are.
Yeah. It's just that you have enabled a discrete mode, which is used for privacy reasons if you are using Ledger Live with multiple people, I guess, or in front of multiple people. So just go on top right of the Ledger Live app, there will be an eye icon, as Rami said, and then you can just click on it and then your asterisks will be turning into values, and that's it. Next is Puik is asking, will the new SETA chain coin STC be available on Ledger soon?
Prince is going to check like if it's what kind of coin it is. Are you guys familiar with Saitama? I know the chain Saitama. I think it was a project that was launched a year ago.
Saitama.
Yeah,
it's like a long time ago.
Yeah, but yeah, we're checking. It would help like if you could tell us like maybe on which blockchain this token is supported. But yeah, eventually, so the high level vision here is like eventually everything will be, I mean, the goal is that to support absolutely everything except the scammy projects, of course, in Ledger Live. But of course, new integrations, they take time. You need to figure out the security, the UX, you need to have the developer bandwidth to integrate all those nice projects. So that's why the integrations can take some time. But we're trying our best to speed up the process as well of integrating new tokens and new chains. So yeah.
In the meantime, you can use Zerion if you want. If it's a ERC20 token, then you can definitely use Zerion. It's a dApp inside Ledger Live, and then you can view your tokens there. Renee is saying thank you. So welcome, Renee. Eric is asking, how can I send my H bar to Ledger?
Do you want to take that one?
Yeah, first you have to create a Ledger Hedera account, of course, but you cannot do it directly on Ledger Live. You have to first use the hashtag and then you have to import it to Ledger Live, basically. There is also a Help Center article on it, so please check it out. It's kind of long process, so definitely worth checking out.
There's a Help Center article for almost everything, guys.
That's so true.
There is a link in the video description, support.ledger.com. That's a link to the Help Center, and there's a lot of good stuff here. We have one Help Center writer off camera here, so shout out to that person.
Next is David. He's asking, my near transactions do not show up, but the coins are there. Ledger shows the coins, but the transaction history is empty. I cleared the cache, but it does not show.
The near transactions don't show up, but the coins are there.
The balance updates correctly, the transactions are missing. I think there is a few bugs that are going on with near integration in Ledger Live since a few weeks, and our teams are working on fixing it. So don't worry, David, as long as your balances are correct, you don't have to worry. Once the team fixes the issue, the transaction history will be updated accordingly, don't worry.
Okay, great.
Next is Ghostbuster. Oops, there's so many questions.
Oh wow, yeah. I thought it was the end of the backlog, but no.
Hello Ledger, product is an amazing product, but what does it make of self-custody and privacy if you can block assets up on the request of the government?
So I'll take that one. It's not true. We actually cannot block your assets on request of any government. The reason why is because the whole concept of having a Ledger device is that you hold your own private keys, and we don't have access to those private keys, and nobody has access to the private keys unless you give your 24 recovery phrase to someone else, in which case they'll be able to drain your account. But the core concept here is that you create your own keys. They are stored in your device. You have a backup for your keys in the form of a recovery phrase, and no one can have access to those, including us. Okay, so that's the difference between a bank or an exchange and Ledger. We provide security for you to create your funds in a sovereign fashion. So even if a government asked us to freeze assets, we wouldn't be able to do it because again, we don't have access to private keys. Yeah, that's the answer. So you don't have to worry about it. Even if, and by the way, even if Ledger Live were to go down or Ledger were to go down as a company, because you have your recovery phrase, aka your private keys, you would be able to import your private keys into any other compatible wallet and keep using your Ledger device, keep using your funds as before. So really, yeah, that's the whole idea behind Ledger.
Next is Hitesh is asking, is there a possibility that you can ask for KYC on the orders of the government? And can you change the user interface by not showing the option of sending crypto to other addresses by removing the send option?
So if you look into Ledger Live is a platform that has a mix of services that are integrated into Ledger Live, right? Some of those services require KYC because they are located in jurisdiction that require KYC, and that's normal, right? It's because they have to follow a legal business process. And then we have also options because we are mindful of decentralization. We have options also for DEXs. So for example, in the Discover section of Ledger Live, you have things like, I think Binance Connect, where you can buy from Binance. But we also have Paraswap and 1inch that are DEXs, where you can use them to swap your crypto in a completely decentralized fashion. ThorSwap is also in there. So there's not much we can do, right? Even if the government asks us to do anything, we don't have access to your funds. And there will always be a decentralized options to the things that you want to do because that's the magic of crypto. Yeah.
And can you change the user interface by not showing the option of sending crypto to other addresses by removing the send option? So we cannot remove the send option because Ledger Live is an app that is used for all different types of transactions: send, receive, swap, everything. So that's the reason we cannot remove it. But if you don't want to use Ledger because you only want to use it to secure and store for a long time, then you can just connect it once in a while and then just update the firmware and then you're good to go. You don't need to use the Ledger Live app to do anything. You just want to use it for cold storage purposes. Next is Dirty. What is the difference between Taproot, SegWit and native SegWit?
There are three different address formats on the Bitcoin network. you can send to each of them. You know, you can store your Bitcoin in a Taproot account, a Segwit account, native Segwit account, or legacy account, and you can send between those accounts without any issues. The difference is that typically, there's a fourth type called legacy, which you didn't talk about. This one is typically the most expensive to use, but also that was the legacy type of account that was available on the Bitcoin network, and then came Segwit, then native Segwit. I don't actually remember the difference between Segwit and native Segwit. I don't know if you guys know. They have different address format, but native Segwit is now the default option when you create an account on Ledger Live. It's also cheaper to use than Taproot and Legacy, especially Legacy. And more recently came Taproot, which is an upgrade to the Bitcoin network that came like a couple years ago, or a year ago. And that one allows developers to create more complex smart contract applications on Bitcoin, which some of them have already been deployed, like Miniscript, but some of them are still in development. It's a whole rabbit hole. If you want to learn more, you can go to Ledger Academy. I think they have documentation on all different types of addresses. So yeah, check it out.
Yeah, the only difference between native Segwit and Segwit is like native Segwit is more cheaper and faster than Segwit, and that's the only difference.
So you as an end user, you might need to have a different kind of addresses because, for instance, some exchanges like Bittrex, they only allow you to send to address that start with 3, which is Taproot, and they don't accept the address from native Segwit. So for this kind of cases, you can generate Ledger Taproot Bitcoin account address, and then you can receive funds without any issues. So.
And by the way, speaking of Taproot accounts, if you want to store NFTs, ordinals, and BRC20 tokens, so tokens on Bitcoin, you will also need a Taproot account. So just keep that in mind. And so that's the reason why we have so many accounts types.
Yeah, but of course they are not supported in Ledger Live. So you can add the Taproot account in Ledger Live, but it will not show you your ordinals or BRC20 tokens. You will need to use a third-party app, and then you'll be able to manage the tokens and ordinals.
Like Ledger.io, I think.
Which was Hyro before, and now it's Ledger.
Yeah.
Next is Compton310 is asking when will Pulse Chain be added in Ledger Live? Dan? When?
Don't look at me. I don't know.
Tell it.
No.
Hopefully soon.
Hopefully
soon, yeah.
Yeah, we're working on it. Like I guess like devs are already working on it. So, but we don't have an ETA because we cannot give you an ETA, and the last minute bugs can push the ETA back. But yeah, Lila, Compton, we are still working on it, and we'll surely announce it once the integration is ready. Next is Lila is asking, today I reset my ledger with recovery phrase and set one passphrase. Everything is good and okay, nice. Then I was thinking, can I set multiple passphrase accounts, maybe more than 5 with a single ledger device? Yes.
Yeah.
Short answer is yes, then Dan can elaborate.
So yes, but keep in mind, so every single time keep in mind that your Ledger device can only hold one passphrase at a time, so one set of secret accounts. So if you try to set a new passphrase with your Ledger device will let you do it, but this will overwrite the previous passphrase. So if you want to go back to the previous secret accounts, you will have to do the whole setup again with the previous passphrase and so on and so forth. So just keep that in mind, only one passphrase at a time on the device, but the number of passphrases you can create with the device is unlimited.
And same goes for accounts as well, which you're asking. Yeah, so you can have more than 5 accounts with one passphrase, and yeah, there's no limit on how many accounts you can add in Ledger Live. Next is Crypto Puppet. He's asking, you guys always give BTC to new customers. What about the old folks? For any gifts for us being loyal to Ledger?
That's a fair critique, I guess. But I mean, we give that. I think that's slightly unfair because we give people to new customer, I guess.
We can do one. Like you can you can create your own referral link, and then you can use that referral link and post it on different channels. And if people buy from your referral link, then they'll get 10 Bitcoin, and then I guess you get 20 Bitcoin or something, $20 worth of Bitcoin, not 20 Bitcoin. That's a lot. But so that is something which you can do if you're an old folk and you know a lot of people who want to buy Ledger. Then you can definitely use your referral link and give it to them. And if they buy it via your referral link, then you'll definitely get some reward for sure.
When can people find information about referral?
On our health center. Where else? That's the place.
Of course.
Where everything is there. It's just people just need to go there.
Treasure box.
Yes. Help Center to the rescue. So Crypto Puppets, check the article, and send the link to your friends and get some Bitcoin.
And thanks for being a long-term supporter of Ledger as well.
Somewhere.
Next is Nino. He's asking, why can't I swap my USDC to crypto? Which is very vague, but which crypto, if you can tell us, Nino, then I think we can get more. And what if you're getting any error message, then also please write that down as well, because this is too vague for us to reply to you accurately.
Yeah, because there are some swap options to USDC or from USDC, so something else is going on here.
And it could be possible that maybe the service provider does not support the other token that you want to swap, and then that's why you're not able to swap it to that particular trading pair. In that case, you can still use multiple partners inside Ledger Live. If you go to Discover tab inside Ledger Live, then there is Paraswap, 1inch, Squid, ThorSwap, which you can use to swap from different tokens to different networks as well. Next is Jack. Why can't I get into Ledger Live right now? Why then?
That's also a pretty vague question. So Jack, you will have to elaborate a little bit on what's going on. Are you getting an error message? Maybe the Ledger Live crashed with an invalid temp value error. That's possible. Maybe you forgot your password, or your password, and then you have to reset the Ledger Live. Don't worry, this will not affect your account. So just please tell us a little more so we can give you more precise troubleshooting here.
Next is Alex is asking, sorry if this has been answered already, but how often do we see rewards for Solana staking in Ledger Live?
I think it's every epoch, and those are every
2 to 3 days.
2 to 3 days, yeah. And you can check your rewards in the earn section in Ledger Live. There is a earn section on the side. This is compatible with Solana, so you can see all the rewards and the APY, in that section. So check it out.
Yeah, and the balance will update every 2-3 days, basically. The delegated balance. Next is Paper Doll. Hi, thanks, legit. No one asking for passphrase. When I plug device, it shows no balance. Good. Need to know how to see the balance. It's just connect your Ledger device, pass through the genuine check, and add back your accounts, and that's it.
Cool.
PWAG is saying BNB token. Okay. So what was his question before?
That was a token.
Yeah. Will the SETA change? Okay, it's on BSC chain basically.
Okay.
It's not supported for now, but you can send your tokens to your Ledger BSC account if it's supported on the BSC network, and you can still use a third-party app or Zerion app inside Ledger Live to view your tokens and secure them basically.
Yeah, Zerion, go to the Discover section and find Zerion, and then make sure to select your BSC account in the menu, and then you'll be able to do everything you can do with Ledger Live. And of course, the coins are still secure by your Ledger device, so don't worry, it's safe to use.
Next is Paul is asking, anything to watch out for when running your own node with Ledger Hardware Wallet? Is it okay to link to the node?
No, there is nothing special to watch out for. It's actually, it's a complex setup, but if you're able to do it and you're able to so just to be technical here, but you're not linking your Ledger device to the nodes, but you would be linking Ledger Live, I think, to the nodes. So when you push a transaction to the network, Ledger Live will automatically route that transaction to your node instead of Ledger's nodes, basically. It's a more private setup. If that's your setup, then that's perfectly fine. We don't have great documentation on how to do it, unfortunately, so you'll have to tinker a little bit, but you can, if you need help, you can also send us an email and we'll try to help.
Definitely. Next is GM for Life is asking, when is the CL card coming? Again, a vague question, because you have to also let us know the location where you are located at, so that we can say, right now the CL card has already been launched in EU, UK, and I don't know if it's in US, I guess. We're slowly rolling it out progressively, but in EU and UK we have already rolled out, and I think once it's done in US, I think it's going to be expanded to Canada and so on and so forth. So GM, let us know what where are you exactly located, and then we can let you know the CL card is coming there or not.
Prince, can you reset the? Oh, do we have time to reset the room?
Yeah, we can.
Real quick, maybe. Yeah. So guys, if you just joined the chat, we're here for another 10 minutes ish. We'll try to go through all the questions. Just drop your question in the chat if you want to talk to us, and we'll get back to you.
So again, GM for Life, the CL card is already out in certain regions of the world like EU, UK, and if you're not in this region, then you might have to wait a bit more. But if you're in some other region, and then let us know in the chat, and then we can tell you if it's going to be available there soon or not. David is asking, okay, thank you. Alex is asking, do I have to reactivate my stall while staking on Ledger Live?
What do you think, Remy?
Reactivate my staking while staking slow?
No.
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 I'm guessing you mean like
If you have deactivated, then
yeah, if you deactivate it, then yes.
Mhm.
But if you're just moving from a different validator, like you don't validate with Ledger, then it's okay. Like Ledger will detect that different validator and will show you the balance as well. So you don't have to worry too much about it. If you don't, then just let us know. But typically your validator should appear, and your previous stakes that you didn't do in Ledger will also be detected by Ledger.
Crypto portfolio is asking, why don't you support Rune XMR deposit addresses in Ledger Live?
Rune XMR.
Both are different tokens, first of all. So.
Ruin, Tor, I think it's the Tor.
Tor, yeah.
Yeah.
Tor chain.
You can still make the account with the app. I don't remember the name though. And then basically that's your Ledger Rune account, so you can use that address for sure. Of course, it's not supported on the interface of Ledger Live, but still, it's of course secured by your Ledger generated private keys, so it's more secure than having an exchange or other platforms. So that's that. I don't know about XMR.
For Monero, again, it's the same thing. We do support it using a third party. There is a third party wallet called Monero GUI. I guess these two chains are a bit complex to integrate in Ledger Live, and that's why we don't have the priority to like integrate it at the moment. But in future, if we have some bandwidth and with our devs, then we'll definitely escalate this feedback to them so then they can work on it. Ghost Bar is asking, thanks guys, but for your privacy and terms of policy states otherwise, maybe you own the keys but can't you block my Ledger Live access, or I missed the point?
I think you, I think you probably missed the point, because like if you use a Ledger device the regular way, right, like the traditional way, then you are the only person that has access to your private keys. We definitely don't have access to your private keys, and that's the reason why if you lose your recovery phrase, or if you get hacked, or I mean by hacked I mean if you give your recovery phrase to someone else, they will be able to access your funds, and there is nothing we can do to help. And even if you keep your recovery phrase, we cannot access your accounts because we have no knowledge of your seed and recovery phrase when you set up the device. Now, if you're talking about Ledger Recover, that's a slightly different service, but again, it's not like we own the keys or anything like this. It's a backup service for your seed, which is very technically different. And also, so you can read more about Ledger Recover there is documentation all over the place. There is on our blog, on the Help Center as well, on the Ledger Academy. But again, Ledger Recover is optional, and it's for people that want an extra backup for their seed. But it's something that's, again, optional. You don't have to use it if you don't like it. But some people might like to have the convenience of not having to rely just on the recovery phrase for backup. But again, completely up to you if you want to use the service or not. But again, guys, just getting back to the vanilla Ledger use. You own the keys, we don't have knowledge of the keys, and it's your responsibility to secure those keys. It's a big responsibility, and we're here to help. But and the one-on-one is don't share your recovery phrase.
Next is TJ. He's asking, again, I have multiple devices, along with two different 24-word seed phrase. In my case, how can I send my crypto from one device to another? So do one thing, TJ, connect the first device where you want to receive the assets, get the receiving address, disconnect the device, connect the second device from where you want to send, click on send, select the account, paste the address that you just copied from the previous device, and then just select the amount and just click on send. That's simple as it. You don't have to do anything special or anything extra. If you're running into any error message, then please reach out to us. We'll help you in resolving it.
And I think we do have documentation on the Help Center that explain exactly like this thing. Like if you go to the Help Center and you type transfer from two accounts, like you'll find an article that addresses.
I think it's like migration from NanoS to NanoS Plus.
Here you go. That's the article. So check it out.
Next is Chikai. He's asking, hi there. I just recently changed my laptop, reinstalled Ledger Live, but the balances from a Bitcoin Cash has dropped drastically. Any ideas how to fix it?
Probably, any idea?
So basically, just updating or like installing Ledger Live does not affect your crypto, as is in any case. But only thing is, what I can think is probably your Ledger Live before was not updated, like with the blockchain, it was not synchronized. And then now, since you have installed a new version and everything is synchronized, you're seeing different balance than what you have actually expected. What I would say is please check the address on the Block Explorer probably, and then you can see the correct balance, because we always say the data that we find on the Block Explorer is the truth, it's the ultimate truth, because also Ledger Live takes data from the blockchain. So I would recommend you definitely doing that, and then if you still have issues, you can always come back to us.
Okay, next is Stephen. He's asking, I'm having an issue with sorting assets in Ledger Live. If I have 3 Bitcoin accounts, 4 Ethereum accounts, they appear individually, and I cannot group them by blockchain. Actually, you can, if you go to Ledger Live and if you go to your accounts tab, on the top right, there's an option to sort your accounts. So if you sort it by name from A to Z, let's say, then all your Bitcoin account 1, 2, 3 will be like in the same line, and then it will be Ethereum 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. So you can actually sort them out. It's possible to sort them out, not by like based on blockchains, for example, but by names you can do it. So that way, if you have like 4 Bitcoin accounts, Bitcoin 1, 2, 3, 4, they will be sorted in that particular order, and that's why they can all be together. You don't have to see them individually.
Also, you sort them by name, right? It works by name, not
by letter.
blockchain.
By letter.
By letter.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Next is Charles. He's asking, hey, I can see a lot of NFT in my Ledger Nano S Plus. I have sent some of them to my Trust wallet to open them, but none of the links address are working. How to get use of these NFTs?
Rami will help with that.
Guys, like Shaw, I think you got like those scamming or advertising NFTs airdrops, and please do not interact them, because a lot of times they have like malicious smart contracts inside, or they also have a link that makes you to get a link to a platform or ask your 24-word phrase, for instance. So please do not interact with them. These NFTs that you never ever actually recognize that you were actually, how do you say, like gaining them, attaining them from someone like I Asked Den or like Prince. You just recognize it's just there somehow. Don't interact with them. Actually, you can hide them from your NFT list. So please do not interact with them.
Yeah, they're scams basically. Yeah.
Interacting means sending to a different address as well, guys. So please do not send it. If you see any NFT that you're not aware of, just please right click on it and hide it from your collection. They don't have any utility. They're just here to scam you.
And this link, if you follow the link, that's okay as long as you didn't do anything on that scammy website. The website will be 100% scammy, and there's many ways they might try to lure you into like giving away your access to your accounts. They might ask you to sign a transaction that will, give a smart contract that's malicious access to your tokens or to your funds. Also, sometimes like very straightforward, they will ask you they will run like a fake diagnostic or whatever, and then they will say, there is an issue, you need to update your account with your recovery phrase, and this is how they will try to scam you. So again, those links, they are malicious, okay? It's best not to try to follow them. And those NFTs, they are scams, okay? And they usually will promise you like free money or Bitcoin or
USDC 500.
USDC or like a meeting with Elon Musk or whatever. They'll promise you something, but it's all scams, guys. So as Rami was saying, just the right way to deal with them, right click on them, hide them from Ledger Live, and don't try to send them or burn them or like do anything else fancy with them. Just keep it simple, hide them one by one, that's it.
Yeah, and you can also receive tokens as well, guys, like small amount of USDT or XRP or XMR. But don't worry, receiving the free tokens is completely safe. It's not risky at all. Just interacting with any link that is with the transaction ID, there will be a small memo or link that will redirect you to somewhere and ask you for 24-word seed phrase. So that you shouldn't do. Just keep the free money, of course, but then just don't interact with anything. Next is Josh. He's asking, hi Ledger, I was wondering, when I send Bitcoin from Ledger Live, I noticed that some random amount of Bitcoin was sent to my other Ledger Live address in my account. Why is that so damn?
It could be like the change address where you send like when you send a transaction, Ledger Live will behind the scene, like they will like sort of like gather your entire balance and send everything, and then you'll get the change. A bit like when you go to a store, you don't have the exact amount to pay for like a Mars bar or something like this. You give a 50 bill to the cashier, and then they'll give you the change back in a wallet you control. So it's a bit the same idea with Bitcoin. So if that's what you're talking about, that's normal.
Yeah.
And the address that comes back to your account is controlled by your wallet, and it's called a change account, and that's it.
That also belongs to you, by the way, so it's okay. It's not. You don't have to worry about it. Horacia is saying hi. Hello.
Hey.
One Eye Willie is asking, my mom is watching this. You guys are great at explaining this. Lol, making it easy for me. Thank you.
Hi. Will's mom.
If there is any way to export addresses activity for tax purposes, can she import the files to tax software? And I've also been getting a lot of small deposits of people I've never spoken to. So it's okay. One Eye, again, you can keep those tokens. You don't have to worry. For tax, yes, you can do this. You can just export your transaction history from Ledger Live. Go to settings. Let me see. Settings, accounts, and transaction history. Yep. So go to settings, and then you go to accounts, and there is an option to export accounts. No, that's not that. Sorry.
Export
saved operation history, and then it will save all the transaction history that you might have. You can also use tools within Ledger Live that is called Coin Ledger and Zen Ledger, which are like tax tools specifically designed for this purpose. So if you go to Ledger Live, there's a Discover tab. In the small search bar, you just type, what is the name? Coin Ledger or Zen Ledger, and then you'll find the crypto tax tool, and then it will automatically import all your transaction history from your Ledger accounts because it's already linked to it.
And what about the small dust amount?
And for smallest amount, you can keep it. It's like it's just the scammer trying to pollute your transaction history, and then by mistake you just copy paste it from there and you send it to the scammer's address. That's what he's hoping for. So you can keep it. And GM for Life is saying, hey guys, thank you. I'm in Massachusetts. Okay, so I think in USA it's not rolled out in all the states yet.
No.
But you can do one thing. Good morning for GM for Life is you can send an email to this email ID which I'm just linking. I just want to be sure I'm not giving you any wrong.
The support.
Yeah.
There's a link in the video description.
No, not the support for CL cards.
The CL card, yeah.
And I think that's the last question.
.cl card, I think, something like that.
Okay. And One Eye Willie, tell your mom to always use the send and receive button when sending crypto, because those small dust amounts in your wallet, as Prince was saying, the hacker is just the spammer is just hoping that your mom will accidentally like copy their address and send funds to them. So it's super important that she, stay safe and use the send and receive buttons when managing her crypto in Ledger Live. Okay. And as Prince was saying, the little coin that was the dust amounts, she can keep it. It's safe. Just tell her not if she gets NFTs. However, hide those NFTs, right? Right click on them and then hide them because those are scams as well. So there is a lot of scams going on.
Yep. And Chika is asking, as BCH addresses changes every time, is there a possibility that one of the address that has BCH in it is not updated in Ledger Live? So I think Chika, we can do one thing. Go down to the website, below the video you'll see the website called support.ledger.com. Click there, reach out to us, open up a support ticket and send your address because we need to verify, investigate on the blockchain explorer, and then we can give you an accurate answer on this one. And that was it.
That's it. Well, right on time. So
Great.
cool. Thanks a lot, Rami
guys.
and Prince. Thank you, everyone. We'll be back when?
Next Monday.
Next Monday. Yeah.
And US team will be there for tomorrow as well. So
Yeah. So they'll be live tomorrow, guys, as well, and Thursday and also Friday. As for us, we'll be back. On Monday. Rami, maybe on Tuesday next week. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah. So Rami is going to become a regular on the show as well. Aysen, thank you. And thank you guys a lot, and we'll see you.
Stay safe.
stay safe, guys. Do not share your 24-word seed phrase. Share means personally or typing it in anywhere. Only enter it on your device, guys. That's the only place it goes. Anyone asking for it in DMs or anyway is a scammer, and they don't need to. Ledger does not need your 24-word seed phrase to help you out, guys. And on that note, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
See ya.